Hey, what's up, guys? So I don't want you to get a feeling that I don't want to show you games where I lost. And if you know really well, we can actually learn the most from the games that we lost, much more than those that we won. Here I played Butcher the Sicilian. I played for the first place. At that moment, I was tying first place with all the wins with another IM. And you're about to see how to build up an attack, how to destroy your position that is plus 20. So it's not plus 1, plus 2, plus 5. It's plus 20. It's having and being like 3 queens up in just one move. So how to destroy your position in one move and to lose completely winning position. And also to give your opponent a chance to win the tournament instead of you. But that's part of life, right? Let's go. So I was white and played e4, c5, my favorite Butcher the Sicilian thing. Played bishop e5. You know that my initial threat is to take on c6 and double these pawns, followed by d3. He played knight e4, which is absolutely the best move. I played knight f3, my specialty. Apart from that, there is also bishop c4. He went for e6, castles, and played a6. You know that we always bring our bishop back to d3. So once we take on d4, we're going to be able to bring the knight back on e2, and in that case bishop on d3 is going to block the pawn on d4, and it's going to be vitally important to block it by this bishop on d3 so we can afterwards go after it and attack it. So after bishop d3, my opponent played knight c6. I already played like 5 or 6 tournament games against knight c6. I won most of those except against Grandmaster, ex-European champion Motilev, ex-coach of Nepo and Karyakin. So I play here, I played in all those games b3. It's a very interesting moment to just tell you that you can't play rook e1 because of g5, and this g5 is a great trick by black because they now want to play g4, in which case you wouldn't have knight e1 to put the knight back. It doesn't matter. Instead of that, I played b3, and here I'm just trying to find a pretty good place for my dark square bishop. So I want to play bishop b2, and afterwards I want to go with some d4 or e5 or knight d5, whatever. So after b3, he, amongst many options, for example, Motilev went for g6, bishop b2, bishop g7, and I played knight a4. Exchanging the dark square bishops is very important. Against Grandmaster Perunovic, I played in blitz games g5, bishop b2, and knight a4. Same idea, just the pawn is on g4. This guy went for d6. I played bishop b2, knight f6, rook e1. Initially, I'd like to break in the center with e5, bring my knight there, open up diagonal for my queen, bring it to e2 or f3, double my another rook on e1. So I'm talking about this one. If they play bishop e7, you just want to go e5, take everything, and when they go with castles, queen goes on f3, you just go with this one, and now you just make sure to move the knight from c3 and build up an amazing attack. My opponent played knight to d7. It's aimed against e5, and he wants to jump with his knight on e5 right into the center of the board. My student, international master Milosevic, played bishop f1 here against GM Jabrila in a tournament game and won. I didn't want to do that. I applied knight e2 idea, a new one idea, because I just want to make sure to reposition my knight on g3 and go on the king side, and possibly if he goes with some, I don't know, short castle at some point, to have knight g3, knight h5, and attack on the king side. He played the most logical and the best move. I captured, and he captured by pawn. Here I played knight to g3, and he played absolutely the most aggressive move, h5. I realized that I couldn't take because queen h4 would just line up his pieces and threaten both my pawn on h2 and knight on h5. So I brought my bishop back to f1, and he played g6. Here h4, knight e2 would just bring my knight to a better place, and if h3, g3, and he can't stop me of breaking with c3 and d4, and I'm desperate to break with d4 because I just want to get the game open. He played g6, I played c3 to go with d4, and he played bishop h6. Here I thought for a while, because I realized that if I don't take some action, I'm just going to be completely suffocated. So I played d4. It's a very interesting move. Objectively, it's not the best one, but in a rapid chess, 10 minutes plus 5 seconds, it's absolutely fine because it gives you lots of space and room for some tactics and initiative. He captured, and here I was expecting by the guy to take on d4, in which case I would play queen to d3, and I don't know, some rook a to d1, claiming some compensation because he's got a little bit broken pawn structure on the king side. He took by pawn. I played e5, threatening at some point, not immediately because e5 is hanging, but even that one I have bishop d4. So I threatened knight e4 and he played castle. Guys, this is the first puzzle for you right now. How would you play? And so pause the video and ask yourself, how should you play here and what to move and how to create an initiative with white pieces. If you pause the video and if you went for knight h5, then you made mistake. Because after knight h5, g takes queen h5, he would have a very nice defensive idea of queen g5, where we would only have like a pawn for a piece, and he would be absolutely safe. Now, I have another question for you. In this position, what should be your move to get initiative? Once again, pause the video and try to find a move for initiative. If you found rook e4, congratulations, because now you want to go with knight h5, g takes queen h5, in which case queen g5 wouldn't work because of rook g4. Congratulations to all of you. The guy played queen e7, and I now went with the knight h5. This is how you begin an attack. After he played g takes, I played queen h5. Check this out. Now he can play this because of rook, and rook g4 would just pin the queen. So he played bishop g7. I played rook h4. This is how you learn to attack. He played rook d8. I came up with this check and played rook g4, threatening rook g8 if he ever, for example, touches the pawn and moves the bishop. He played only move f5, e takes, queen takes, and I played a very nice move, rook g6, where I'm threatening his bishop. My opponent played queen e5. And this is another puzzle for you right now. Give me a move for white. So once again, pause the video and find a move for white. You have two tasks. How to win game in one move, it's plus 20. And how to destroy your position in one move. Maybe not fully destroy, but you're still winning even if you make my move. If you said rook to e1, that's a typical idea of deflection where my opponent, when he captures, and he has to because queen has nowhere to go because bishop on g7 is hanging, I would just take like this, and he can stop four mates. Queen g8, queen h8, rook g8, and even rook f7 at some point. So I played bishop a3, and he played king f7. This was the last moment to go with rook to g3 and to win this one. But now I played rook to e1. Guys, now I give you a completely different task. So pause the video and within 30 seconds try to find a defensive approach by black in this position. That completely winning position would destroy actually all white hopes in just one move. I flipped the board, gave you the black pieces, and of course my opponent played rook h8. I completely forgot that his king left the f8 square, connected his rook, and furthermore, when he plays rook h8, he just trapped my queen. Funnily enough, I was still winning after this because in the game I played rook g7, queen g7, queen e4. Position was absolutely unclear, but at some point I got into a winning position, but I didn't manage to find the best move, and in mutual time trouble I just lost. So hopefully you like this video with lots of puzzles, and I just showed you how did I lose completely winning game in just one move. Thanks and see you next time.